Okay, good morning, everybody. How you going? Welcome. We've got Jamie joining us today.
I'm always here.
Well, I know, but in the picture. So, welcome, everybody. We're still in the midst of this beautiful autumn season. And so, with that in mind, our yoga today is going to reflect that. Last week, we tried to do the tree, a sequence around tree pose, and then I dropped out. So, we lost it all. But today, we're going to revisit the sequence around tree. Tree is a master pose, it is the foundational balance, and a balance is so important for the strength of our toes, arches, ankles, knees, everything. So we are going to be, hang on, I just got to check the volume here. Going to be tuning into all those parts of our bodies and really aware of the midline of our bodies and being centered through that space. And we've got a lot of kind of lead up to that and different variations that help us get into that space. So welcome, and I invite you to take a deep breath in and take your arms overhead and have a little sway like you're a tree swaying in the breeze. And then with your exhalation, open wide, just as you know, we do again and again. A little friend here. Breathe in, and take a big breath and sway. Find that space between your ribs. And this time, as you breathe out, make a little twist over to the side. And then breathe in long and tall. Feel this lovely sense of creating space through the abdomen, through the diaphragm, the ribs, and then twist the other way. And then breathe in, take both arms high one more time. And breathing out, bring the hands down through the center of your body and let them rest in your lap, right hand on top of the left, thumb tips touching in Dhyan Mudra as we center ourselves and just come into an inner space before we begin. And so breathing in as if you were a tree, as if you're drawing sustenance up through your roots from the earth, all the way to the crown of your head. And then exhaling back down into the earth, feeling with each breath as if those roots grow deeper into the earth. This real sense of being connected, grounded, soft and relaxed. And as you continue to breathe in that way, and if you like, you can equalize the breath, counting the in-breath and the out-breath and letting that be equal, or otherwise just let it be natural. I'll read you this poem from Ilan Shamir, Advice from a Tree. Dear friend, stand tall and proud. Sink your roots deeply into the earth. Reflect the light of your true nature. Think long term. Go out on a limb. Maybe as I'm reading these, you'll think of which aspect of the tree you that you need to focus on today. Remember your place among all living beings. Embrace with joy the changing seasons, for each yields its own abundance, the energy and birth of spring, the growth and contentment of summer, the wisdom to let go like leaves in the autumn, the rest and quiet renewal of winter. Feel the wind and the sun, and delight in their presence. Look up at the moon that shines down upon you and the mystery of the stars at night. Seek nourishment from the good things in life, simple pleasures, earth, fresh air, light. Be content with your natural beauty. Drink plenty of water. Let your limbs sway and dance in the breezes. Be flexible. Remember your roots. Enjoy the view. And so I invite you to bring your hands to your heart and reflecting on your tree self. What intention might you set today for your practice? How to be with yourself and with the life that's unfolding around you. Maybe there's a sense of just enjoying the view, or being more flexible, or letting your leaves drop, letting go of what's no longer serving, or drawing sustenance from the earth, whatever aspect resonated for you, or maybe something else is arising from your inner wisdom. And repeat that, hold that. This is how I choose to be today on the mat, and maybe take that out into the day. And then take a deep breath in, and one more time, stretch your arms up to the sky. And breathe out. And then coming up to standing, ready to activate ourselves. So just give a little shake to your hands. And then bring that shake up into your elbows, into your shoulders. Shaking out, bringing some warmth, shedding what you don't need. Maybe a little bit with the head, if that's okay for your neck. If it's not, then just skip that part. Looking side to side. And then bring that shake now into one of your feet. Shake out your toes, your ankles, your knee. And then into your hip. So we're already starting to balance a bit. Shake it forward and back. Holding something if you need to, or tapping your foot down. And then the other leg, shake it out from the foot. Through the knee. Through the hip. And then forward and back. Find a little bit of life energy. Shake that life energy in. Beautiful. And then just wiggle your knees around. And then your hips. Give them a little shake. And then all the way through your whole body. Just give everything a good shake. We're going to continue a little bit with our warm-up, but take your legs wide. Let yourself come down your legs into a forward fold, wide leg forward fold. Hang on to your knees or your ankles, whichever feels right. And let your head come down and just sway. Don't hold any tension through the neck, the shoulders. Just find this lovely sway like the branches of a tree. And then take your weight over to your right, turn your toes with you, and a little sway to this side. Especially trying to sway towards the back. You've got a little bit of twist and that opening through the ribs, the hip. And then take yourself all the way over to the other side, swaying this way. Lovely. And then back to center. Bend the knees. Uncurl the spine. Lift your arms to the sky. And let's work a little bit more with these legs. So open up this left hip, circle it. I'm going to start to prepare the hips already for tree. So tree is a hip opener. This is that action you'd be making in tree. Lovely. And then take that leg right up to your chest and out. Squeeze it and stretch it out. Squeeze out. Squeeze and out. And circle that back. Come back onto that leg and begin to circle the other one. Feel how much movement you can get through that hip, making as big a circle as you possibly can, and feel that warmth growing there. And then tuck your chin in right to your chest, and then stretch it out into your chest, and stretch it into the chest, stretch into the chest, stretch. One more. And then once again, legs are wide, down into goddess pose. And just a little sway side to side here. Come deep. Try to take your legs a bit wider if you can. Toes are turned out. You can feel this strength in your thighs. In fact, you might give them a little tap all around the hips. You want to feel these glutes and these thighs getting warm. So just a little up and down here. Breathing. Beautiful. And then breathe and take your arms to the sky. Breathe out all the way down to the earth. 2 breaths here. And then uncurl the spine slowly. Take the arms high. Breathe out, open wide. Bring the feet back to Tadasana. And stand tall and feel yourself here, warmed up, ready to go with your practice. So we're going to warm up with a few rounds of sun and start to build this capacity to feel that midline, to open the hips and feel balance. In breath, out breath. 2 more. Finding with your breath. And then step left into warrior position. Sorry, I don't know why, but my AirPods keep self-muting and I can't stop them. So we're in warrior pose. Breathe in, take the arms high. Breathe out, open them wide. Breathe in, straighten that forward leg and come into a reverse triangle. Really stretch through the diagonal. Really feel that long line through your body. And then breathe out back to warrior 2. Check your toe, your knee is tracking over your second toe. That's important for the balance of your thigh muscles. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, back down to warrior 2. And then check that your back toe is firmly on the mat. The outer edge of your foot firmly on the mat. Breathe in. And out. 2 more. Lengthen. Open. And then hold here for 3 breaths. And have a sense of tucking your bottom under. Squeezing that back glute. Again, outer edge of the foot is firmly connected to the earth. And then try to draw your legs together and feel that sense of drawing your energy into the midline of the body. All the muscles that are engaging to allow you to do that. Breathe in. And then on your out breath, windmill the arms down onto the mat for plank. So you may want to modify on your knees and just let yourself come forward and back. Spread your fingers wide as if these were your roots. And press the middle of your fingers down into the mat. So try to really squeeze the mat as if you're trying to make suction cups with your hands. And there's this straight line of energy from your heels, your hips, shoulders, head. Breathe in. And if your knees aren't already down, place them down now and sink down into a full body stretch. Fingers
extended long, looking towards your hands or looking down. And then bend that right leg, take it over the top of you and touch the ground behind you. And rest your ear on your left arm. Just pause here a moment and see how much you can bring that knee around while keeping both hands on the ground. And the head can rest, the neck can rest. Breathe into the belly. Squeeze that glute of the leg that's reaching round. Lovely. And then coming back onto the belly, let's do the other side. So take the left leg, bend it, bring it across, touch the floor behind you. Rest your ear on your arm. And really try to lift the knee up towards the sky as you're in this twist. So you're not letting that left knee flop in towards your right leg. You're really trying to lift it as high towards the sky as you can while keeping your toes on the mat. You're really squeezing into that left glute. Breath into the belly. Breathe. And then roll onto your belly. Press into your hands. Lift your chest. Look forward. Squeeze your ankles together. Lift your feet off the ground. Feel yourself balancing here on your belly button. Breathe in and then breathe out. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes and come up into cat position. So 3 cat-cows here. It's our chance just to check in with the spine. Beautiful. And then from here, either staying in cat or up to dog. And 3 just general dog poses here. Pressing your heels down. Shifting your hips side to side. Tuck your chin towards your throat. Keep the back of the neck long. And once again, try to suction cup your hands. So feel into that middle knuckle of your hands rather than having all the weight in the heels of your hands. Beautiful. And then we're going to do the other side of that warrior. So sorry, I can't remember which one I told you to do, but do your opposite warrior. Hopefully you were yogically paying attention. Breathe in, lift up into warrior. Breathe out, sink the arms down into warrior 2. Squeeze this back glute and pull this whole spine a little bit towards the back. So you want to feel that your nose is aligned with your heart, is aligned with the middle of your pubic bone. Breathe in, extend, breathe out, warrior 2. Maybe you can take your legs a little bit wider and sink down. Make sure the knee's tracking over the second toe. Breathe in, extend. Breathe out, warrior 2. Check the back foot. Make sure the pinky toe and the outer edge is in contact with the mat. Breathe in, warrior 2. Oh, sorry, extended triangle. Breathe out. And then pause here. And firstly, this time I'd like you to press the feet away from each other. Squeeze that glute. Breathe, make sure you're breathing. And then draw them together. That's harder, I think. And feel what engages all through your hamstrings, your thighs as you try to pull your legs towards you. Beautiful. One more extension on the in-breath. And out-breath, let's meet at forward fold. Beautiful, well done. Sway side to side. Loosen that up. And then we're going to come into a little transition pose between our sons onto the mat and into butterfly position. So as you can imagine, when we're in tree pose, we've got our knee out to the side. So we've got to warm up these muscles here. So holding your ankles and sitting up nice and tall, and then beginning to lean forward, and you can take your elbows down onto your knees. That helps to press those inner thighs open. If it feels good, you can kind of rock side to side, that's nice. Or you can kind of pulse down with your elbows into your knees. You check it out for yourself, see what feels good to you. And another beautiful thing to do, if it's accessible for you, actually let's all try it, is 3 cat-cows. So breathe in, lift the chest. That's when you can press down with your elbows. Breathe out, roll forward, press a little bit deeper. Breathe in, lift the chest. Breathe out, press those elbows down, go a little bit deeper. Breathe in, lift the chest. And as you breathe out this time, walk your hands forward, reach forward, lengthen. There's something there on the floor, you just can't quite reach it. Keep your chin slightly tucked to protect the neck. If this is too strong, then have your hands on your ankles, on your legs, wherever the support needs to be. Breathe here, lengthen a bit more, and then we're going to go from here right up to the sky. Breathe in, and then open wide. Well done. So we want to come from here to standing without using our arms. Have a play. I'm going to cross my ankles and rise. You see what works for you. And just a little ragdoll twist. You can feel those hips starting to open, warming up, going, ooh, what are you doing to me? And then let's do another round of sun. We're going to mix it up a bit on this round as well. So breathe in, lift the arms to the sky. Breathe out, fold. A nice easy rinse here, but so foundational to the health of your spine, your hips, your low back, this upward lift and forward fold. And then take that back leg back, whichever one you choose, so you're still facing me. And breathe in. We're going to make it a triangle this time, so lift to the sky. And breathe out. Hands are in warrior 2 position, but legs are straight. And then reach forward. Beautiful. Out of the hips, out of the spine. And then breathe out. Bring that forward arm down and the other up to the sky. Breathe in. We're going to reverse it, just like we did before. Rise up. Reverse. Breathe out. Reach forward first. Then come down, hands at knee or ankle, fingertips hovering on the earth, but you're not resting on anything. That makes you use these core muscles, these postural muscles. Breathe in, reverse it. Breathe out, find that length forward first, and then down. Last one, breathe in, reverse. Maybe you want to take the legs a little bit wider now. You'll know you can if the back of the back leg foot doesn't come off the ground as you do this. And then let's breathe in and lengthen through the arms, and breathe out, bring that hand down to meet your other hand. Breathe in, lengthen, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Breathe out, bring the hand down. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, hand down. Last one. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, just hold. So 3 breaths here. You can have a play with where your neck goes. And then breathing in, rising up. And then windmill the hands down into plank position. 3 breaths at plank. Suction cup those hands, knees down if that suits your body better. Really firm the lower abdominals. 1 more breath. And then knees down and come down into Sphinx position this time. So elbows are underneath the shoulders. And we're going to begin with 3 basic breaths in Sphinx. So breathing in, heart comes forward, and then chin tucks into the throat. Breathing in, looking forward, and then chin to throat. Breathing in, and chin to throat. All right, we're going to mix it up now. So you're going to turn to face me, but you're going to keep the elbow that's away from me on the ground. You're going to lift your hips and bring that same knee to the ground, and then the arm to the sky. So we're in a side plank, supported by the knee. So you're either going to stay here and just breathe, come out of it when you need to, or you're going to come into full side plank, and we're going to make it into a little tree by lifting that upper leg. So you've got your options there. We've got 3 breaths here, playing with opening this knee. We've been opening those hips. Oh, I'm falling out of it. How are you going? And then breathe out, come back into plank, or sphinx, sorry. 3 just in regular sphinx. And we've got the other side to do. And you've always got the options to stay here in sphinx if that's going to really suit your back more. Or if you're playing with, I'm going to come around so I'm facing you, if you're playing with this challenging side plank, then you're up on the elbow that's away from me, knee comes down, pivot yourself around. This is a supported one. Or straight legs, knee bent. And I notice I've got more balance on this side, I don't know why. Breathe here, 2 more breaths. Lifting your hips towards the sky if you're in side plank. And then hand comes down, back into sphinx. And this is where we're going to pause for a moment of sahaja. So just beginning to move the neck, the shoulders in any way that feels good for you. I'll put some music on. And so then we're going to come out of that sahaja flow. Hopefully you found some movements that really felt beautiful for you and your spine by bringing the hands under the shoulders, tucking the toes, and we're up into downward dog or cat, you choose, and pressing heels down once again. Lovely. And then just have a play with your right leg. So remember in tree that knee swings around and opens. So have a play with this sense of being able to open the knee out to the side. Of course, I'm just distracting you a bit as you work with upper body strength. Core, now take it to the other leg. Play with circling, opening, finding movement through that hip, through that knee, just as we're going to do in tree. And remember your intention. So easy to set it, it's so hard to remember it. How you were going to choose to be in mind and body during your practice today. Lovely. And then we come to our opposite triangle. So rising up. Let's start with our extension behind. And then with your exhalation, lengthen forward. And then bring that hand down wherever it meets the leg. It could be at your knee, shin, ankle, and extending the other arm to the sky. And then breathe and reverse that. And breathe out, come down. Breathe and reverse. Look for that extension as you come down. Reach out of the hips. And then let yourself fold. And we really want to feel that there's this lovely openness through the ribs, even as you're coming down. That's why we lengthen forward. Keep these ribs nice and open, not crunching on the lower side. Feels quite good. One more. And we're going to hold and open the book, unless it's nicer for you to keep flowing here. So find where you're going to land in your triangle. And then breathe in and extend fingertips to fingertips. And breathe out. Let the hands touch. Look towards them. Breathe in. Look towards the upper arm as it extends to the sky. Breathe out. Touch palms. Breathe in. Open. Breathe out. Touch. One more. And touch. This time as you breathe in, take it all the way up to that extended, reversed triangle. And then breathe out, windmill the hands, come into forward fold, and sway side to side. Beautiful. Uncurl, come up to the sky, big stretch upward. And then breathe out, open wide. I worked you probably a bit harder than I was planning in that. It was hard doing the side planks. Come down and let's do some floor work before we rise back up to our tree. So we've done our butterfly. Now we want to open up these long psoas muscles. We've been doing a bit of this lately. Kind of took it on with the back care course, and it's just so positive for your low back. So bring in your left knee to your chest, and then let that right leg slowly lengthen. Check in with your low back. Is there any pinching? If there is, begin to bend that right leg until that pinching's gone. And really keep this left knee tucked in, doing some lovely squeezing on that side. And then relax the shoulders, relax the head, and just breathe deeply down into the belly. Long, lovely breaths. Really fill the belly like a balloon. And with your out breath, have a sense of that breath going down the leg and out through the toes. Fill the belly. And on your out breath, feel the whole of your body sinking into the mat a little bit more. Fill the belly. And then on the out breath this time, bring the other knee, your right knee, into your chest and give a little roll around to the low back. And let's do the other side. So right knee tucked in, left leg lengthens, check in with your low back, add some bend as you need to, and then breathe, fill the belly, and breathe out, lengthen long. So it's interesting if you pay attention to each side, like I'm really noticing this left side, probably from being bent into my chest, but it's just taking that little bit of time to unravel I'll give it a little rub. So it's positive as we explore the edges of our range of motion. So to be able to squeeze that left knee in and then lengthen long, all that's good. It's good for our joints as well. Sometimes if you've got inflammation in the joints, like arthritis or bursitis, you think, oh, I shouldn't be moving. But actually keeping that range of motion, keeping that movement is really positive. And then breathing in, bring that knee back into the chest. Roll the legs around, massage the spine. Beautiful. Now we're going to turn this into a lying down butterfly. So we've already done our butterfly. So you're going to bring your feet down onto the mat and then let your knees open wide. You may want to just press your low back down a little bit and get your butt muscles out of the way to kind of tuck your pelvis under. So I've kind of pushed my butt muscles down as I flattened my lower back. And that created a bit more length through my sacrum, through my low back as I do this. Now there's a lot of draw from gravity on these inner thigh muscles. So if it's too strong, it might be enough just to put your hands under there and support them a little bit. Or if that's still too strong, if you've got cushions or blocks close by, you might just want to protect that, your inner thighs, and just take that drawing, that pulling out by supporting yourself under your knees. Or if it's still just not comfortable for you, so if there's pulling at your low back, then just come back up to a sitting butterfly. And we just want to sit here for 5 breaths. So breathe in and start with your hands at your belly. Feel your belly expand. And then breathe out. Let the hands slide down the belly, over the hip bones, down the thighs, just as far as they naturally go without your back coming off the mat. That little bit of weight helping gravity, or the support underneath. Breathe in, come back and feel the belly fill. Breathe out, slide the hands down, just staying in touch with your own body, feeling what's happening here in the legs. Breathing in, hands come back to the belly, feel the belly expand. And then with your out breath, this time the hands come up the center line of the body, past the face, a big, long, full body stretch overhead. Palms are facing each other, extending through the fingertips. And then pause here. Let the elbows relax, let the shoulders relax. Breathe out. Breathe in, extend through the fingertips, straighten the arms. And breathe out, let those hands come down, feel the sides of the face, the neck, the chest, down, all the way down as far as the hands go onto the legs. And let's do that 2 more times. So drag the hands up the midline of the body, breathing in. Come down the midline of the body, breathing out, touching cheeks, chest, belly, hips, legs. 1 more time, breathing in. It's like a very light massage all the way up the body. And breathing out now, just let the hands rest on the belly. Well done. And then bring your hands underneath your thighs, support your legs to come back up. Well done. And then bring the knees into the chest. And then take the legs up to the sky. Hold ankles or knees, whatever feels good, and just kind of a little rock. Bringing your knees closer to you. Keep it soft, keep the knees bent. We're just doing a little counter pose. There was a bit of a back bend in there with that reclining butterfly. So now we're doing like a reclining forward fold, basically. And reversing that. Lovely. And our final lying posture before we come up to standing for our tree We want to get a little template for tree lying down. So extend that right leg, press through the heel and then let it flop down. Have your left foot just inside the knee and then just let it flop open. And as you do that, you want to keep your right hand on your right hip so your hips aren't flopping over towards that left knee. So you don't want the body to come with you. You want to feel that both buttocks are still on the ground, and in fact you might feel right to take your right arm off to the side like a counterbalance to hold you there. I've even got this convenient pot that I can sort of hang on to next to me, but you could just have the palm on the ground. And you want to keep that right buttock on the ground and just notice where your left knee is in relation to your body. So that's really where it's probably going to be when you're standing up. We're doing a lying tree here, and then take the left arm out to the side and breathe. Look down the midline of your body and just see if you're aligned. Hips balanced, right leg going straight down, left leg opening, and then take a breath in. Take the arms overhead, hold your left wrist with your right hand and have a little stretch over towards your right side. That'll bring some weight to that side as well. Beautiful. And then breathing in, bring the knees into the chest. Scrunch yourself up into a little ball. And then breathing out, extend that left leg down, straight down. Right foot on the inside of the left thigh or knee, and then let that leg open up. Left hand, just feel that left hip, keep it down, keep that glute down. In fact, when we're standing, we'll be squeezing that left glute. So maybe do that now, I didn't think that before. And then the left hand out to the side and palm down. So that left glute can be activated, just kind of keeps those hips aligned and the right knees flopping open. And then look down your body and notice if there's a difference. First check out your midline, that you're all balanced and centered. And then notice if there's a difference between your knee when your left knee was open and your right. So for me, my right knee opens a lot more. That hip is more open, which I didn't realize before. So notice for you. And then take the arms overhead, hold the right wrist, have a little banana stretch over to the left. And then come back to center and bring those knees into the chest. And we have our second chance to come to rise without using our hands. We're just going to roll along the spine. Massage. If it doesn't feel good, top to bottom, you might want to go side to side, but this gives me some momentum. And I'm going to cross my ankles and come right to standing. Whew, beautiful. Now give the arms and legs a little shake. Come up into your Tadasana. And standing there, long, tall, strong. And now we're going to bring all of that together into tree pose. So bring your weight over onto your left. Have some play through that left knee. Spread your toes. Feel the four corners of your foot firmly grounded and planted onto the earth. Squeeze that knee. And then I'm going to give you your normal options. So you can have the heel resting against your ankle and that knee opening. Hips are coming forward. We practice this now. Or resting on your shin. Or resting, bringing the hand up to help it come into your inner thigh. But you don't want it pushing into your knee. Wherever you are, you will be getting strength. The point of it really is the standing leg is our foundation. So as long as we got weight on one side, you're working with the posture. And then what we do with our right leg is icing on the cake. But you can feel how we've opened into that hip to allow that knee to open without our body turning with it. And then let's play with our arms. So breathe in and take them high. Breathe out, let them open wide. All the way down. Breathe in up the midline. Breathe out. Just take them out into a Y shape here. And tuck your shoulders into your shoulder blades. Chest is open. Looking forward, maybe smiling here. This lovely sense of saying yes to life. This tree with deep roots in the ground, drawing sustenance from this connection to the earth. These branches extending wide. Breathing and feeling you're alive. And whatever passes with the seasons, with the weather, here you stand amongst it all. Strong and tall and proud. Growing down into the earth and growing up into the sky. Breathing into your belly. And then we're going to lose a little bit of what we don't need anymore and let some leaves drop. So turn the palms down. And in this autumn season, we let the leaves drop. We clear some baggage. Oh, twiddle your fingers, let those leaves come down. And then bringing that right leg down to the ground. And your left leg might need a little bit of a shake now. Give it a shake, both arms and leg. Beautiful. So let's come to the other side. So 4 corners of your foot, spread those toes wide, lift them and place them back down. Knees soft, glutes strong. Resting on your heel or ankle, your shin, or drawing into your thigh if your pants aren't slippery. And making sure those hips are coming straight forward. You're not angling off to the side, that's important. And keep squeezing that right glute. And then play with our arms, breathe in. Stretch to the sky. Breathe out, open wide. You're stronger, more balanced than you know. Breathing in, even the wobbles, that's okay. Breathing out, open. Notice it's easier on one side. I did find the other side easier. Breathe in, open, and we're going to pause in our Y shape. Tuck those shoulders into your shoulder blades so you've got so much space between your shoulders and ears. Whoa, I'm a swaying tree. Feel the breath flowing straight down and filling the belly. So often when we're doing something a little bit challenging, we can start to really constrict through the ribs, holding our diaphragm, but see if you can let that breath be free. The holding is through the legs. That's where we've got effort happening, and in the shoulders to hold the arms, but the belly is free. There's also core working, which of course is down here near your lower abdominals, deep supporting the spine, but the belly is still free. So see if you can soften through the belly, soften through the ribs. Feel strong, but also open. Smile. Get some serotonin, tell your body it's okay. And then breathing in. And as you breathe out, turn the palms down, flutter your fingers, let those leaves fall. Thoughts, beliefs, patterns that are not serving. And then the leg comes down and give everything a shake. Well done. So let's give our hips a little thank you by giving them a figure 8, side to side, nice bent knees, come low. Ooh, we should feel our hips tomorrow. Been working them today. It's a good thing. And maybe feel more balanced today in whatever you're doing from this focus on the balance of tree. And then take a deep breath. Stretch to the sky. And breathe out. Let's meet down on the mat and integrate. You've earned this. I'm going to put my Ugg boots on. And I'm going to put a cushion underneath my knees. That's like giving a lovely treat to my low back as I come into deep relaxation. So make sure you really honor your body. This is Your last 10 minutes where you get to go, whew, well done, body. And sometimes I like to just really kind of acknowledge. So, whatever age you are now, if you do what we just did, or some variation of it, and there's so much variation, that's what I love about yoga. If you keep doing that every day for the next 30 or 40 years, or a few times a week for the next 30 or 40 years, that's pretty amazing. Just think about all those muscles and joints, the movements that you're preserving, just being down here on the floor. So many people don't even rise on and off the floor, and they lose that capacity with their hips, their knees, their core, their ankles to do that. But we do that multiple times in yoga. And balance is so important as we age, not only for our brain-body connection, but just those, well, it is all about brain-body connection when we think about stepping off a curb or going up and down stairs. There's times when you might easily lose your balance if you're not continuing to test it, like children do, the way they play so naturally. So our yoga play is preserving some really important functions. And so breathe in. And as you breathe out, sigh that down through your body. Out through your feet, out through your fingertips. Breathe in. Breathe out, sigh it out. Breathing in. A gentle sigh. And then just start from the soles of your feet and from your toes to check in with the aliveness of your body. Feel the life energy running through your toes, your feet, heels, your ankles. And in this moment, with absolutely no judgment, just with curiosity, what's here? How am I feeling in my shins and calves, in my knees? How am I feeling in my thighs? My hips? Do they feel warm or cool, tingly or sore or tired or energized? What's happening there in the hips and thighs? Breathing and feeling the belly. And seeing if you can, a bit of interoception, kind of knowing what's going on in your own body. Just take a moment and just kind of explore how much you can sort of know or feel about what's going on in your belly, because I'm sure there's a lot going on in there with your intestines, your tummy, and liver, and all the other organs in there. Just have a sense, check in. And then doing the same up around your chest and ribs. Checking in with the sensations and the sense of how things are going in your heart, your lungs. And this ability to be tuned into your body is quite important for our physical health, but also for our mental, emotional health. And then feeling your fingers. Oh, actually, sorry, we missed the spine. Feeling your spine and your back muscles. And just letting your mind kind of wander around this area. Maybe finding little pockets of tension that you can breathe out. Or just soothe with your awareness. Maybe just checking in. And now coming to your fingers. Maybe they're tingling, maybe they're warm, maybe they're cold. What's happening there? Palms of your hands, the backs of your hands. The wrists and forearms. The elbows and upper arms. And the shoulders. Knowing your own body, feeling your own body. Not only is this very grounding, not only does it bring us into the present moment, now coming up into the neck and the throat. But it also helps us to meet our body's needs more effectively, stop ignoring our bodies. Illness, injuries, often we could have been paying more attention and noticed the early signs, but we were too busy ignoring our bodies and getting on with life. But unfortunately, we need our bodies for life. And so it's really important to keep our bodies along for the ride and keep looking after our bodies. So aware now of our head, scalp, the forehead, the eyes, the cheeks, the jaw, the mouth. And then aware of the whole body, this whole beautiful, magical body. Tuned in, present. The union of your body, your mind. And feeling into the center of you, aligned with your spirit. And then having a sense of the day ahead of you, all the activity that it might bring, the interactions with people or other living beings. And making an intention. Maybe it's the same one that you've used here on your yoga mat, or maybe something else has arisen. How do I choose to be in this day amongst all the doingness? This is powerful. You just have to remember to check in with your intention. And then taking a big full body stretch and a breath in. And then bending the knees and rolling over to one side. And then bringing yourself up to sitting. And we finish as we began. Tall, confident, maybe feel the difference. I can kind of feel how I'm sitting taller more easily. And we bring our hands to our hearts. Acknowledge the light within you. Maybe acknowledge the tree within you. Grounded, growing, centered, strong, here in all seasons. And acknowledge the light within you and all beings. Namaste. So thank you, everybody. And if you have a chance today, it'd be really beautiful just to renew that sense of interoception of being in your body. And if you're outside at some stage today, Maybe try a few breaths in tree pose while you look at a beautiful tree and feel that resonance between you. So thank you. I'll stay on.